Hi guys, it's Dana. I'm up this week for SN Routine. This month we are changing things up a little bit. We're gonna do our body care routine, something a little different. And not everybody has a body care routine. It can be sometimes a little bit more lackluster, but I think it's kind of funny that we all have really in-depth skincare routines and don't necessarily take that time for our bodies. So since it's summer, we're outside more, we're in bathing suits more, we thought it could be nice to show off our body care routines. So I'm gonna start first by showing you some of the products that I like to use. So the first product that I love, I use in the shower. It's from Caudalie. For those who aren't familiar with Caudalie, it is a French prestige skincare brand. All of their products are inspired by this gorgeous vineyard in France. They're actual pieces of crushed grapes in the scrub. This is really incredible for exfoliating. I'm a big self-tan girl, we'll talk about that next, but the most important thing about tanning is that you have a really clean base, so you definitely need to exfoliate before you do that. I also really love this one because it is one of the signature formulas that is used in all of Caudalie's venotherapy spas. So it's kind of like getting that spa treatment at home. So you take a little bit, you rub it all over your body, and it's a physical exfoliator. And these little crushed up pieces of grape and brown sugar slough off all of your dead skin cells, and then your skin feels so smooth. After exfoliating, the next step for me is to moisturize. So there are two ways I like to do that. But today, because today for me is a tanning day, I'm gonna, first tell you about what I typically use, and then I'll show you what I'm using today to tan. So my everyday moisturizer is actually an oil. It's from Tata Harper. You can see it here. It's their Revitalizing Body Oil. I've been using this one for years. It smells incredible. And it's a really luxurious body oil, 100% natural, 100% non-toxic. And a little bit with this goes a long way. So Tata Harper is a brand where everything is grown on Tata's farm in Vermont. Because of that, their price point is a little higher, but I really like to invest in their products because a little goes a long way, and I know that I'm really getting super clean, incredible high quality ingredients. Next up for today, I mentioned on a typical day, I use the oil as my moisturizer, but today I'm tanning. So whenever you do self-tan at home, you wanna start by exfoliating. So the self-tanner should be the first thing that you put on your body after exfoliating. That's because you want the DHA in the tanning product to fully absorb into your skin. That's what's going to give you that kind of light brown tan color. So today I'm very, very excited about this product. I feel very passionately about it. You guys know I don't go in the sun. Because of that, I also don't want to be super pale all summer. So self-tanner is a huge part of my body routine in the summer. I've been a big fan of the Tan-Luxe foam for years, and I've talked about that product a lot. After we had written about Tan-Luxe so many times and featured them in so many different content series because we love the brand so much, we got to start chatting with their team, and really excited that we're going to be partnering with them over the course of the summer to show you guys different ways that we use their products. So many reasons that I love this brand. First and foremost, they are clean tanning products. So they formulate without a list of nasties, which is really important for me and for many members of our team. They also formulate all of their products without color guide. If you've seen other tanning products, they typically have like a brown formula, and as you're applying it, you immediately see like this different color change on your skin. That is because there is a color guide in that product. It's pigment. So that you can see where you're applying it. And then typically after you shower and you rinse off that product, the color guide washes off, and then the actual tanning agent is what's left on your skin. With Tan-Luxe, they got really smart. They do not formulate with any color guides. So the more we were talking to the Tan-Luxe team, the more I started to learn about the different formulations. I've always, even though I tan all the time and I consider myself a tanning expert, I've always only used a foam. So I was really excited to try some new formulas. Last week while I was away on my honeymoon, I needed something that would be travel size, fit in my suitcase, in my carry-on, and that I could use really easily on the go. So you can already see this was like only 1 week. I already used like almost half of this bottle. That's how much I loved it. This is the Tan-Luxe Wonder Oil. It has a really cool applicator. So this is a rolling ball, and the formula is an oil, which is great for me with dry skin because while I'm tanning, I'm also moisturizing my skin, which is super important. So I'm gonna show you how I apply it. But it basically rolls onto your skin, and you may be wondering, like, how does that create a smooth, even tan? Oil spreads so easily. So all you do is you roll this on several pieces of your body, and then you just kind of smooth it in with your hands, wash your hands after, and then, you know, for me, like 2 to 3 hours later, I would start to see that my skin was tanning. So it's pretty quick. So this is the Tan-Luxe Wonder Oil. And what I do is I basically just roll it all over my leg like this. And at first you'll see that it looks a little bit like streaky. And then all I'm gonna do is just take my hands and rub it in like this. All of a sudden it's really smooth. So we've done our tanning. Now for me, I also want to talk about, this is not something I'm going to put on today, but I want to tell you about it because it's one of the most important things you can do in the summer is sunscreen. So anytime I'm outside, I'm always in the shade, but no matter what, I'm still wearing sunscreen. So this is one of my favorites from Supergoop. It's their antioxidant infused sunscreen mist with vitamin C, broad spectrum 50, and it's water resistant up to 80 minutes. So if you go in the water, you are good there. I really love a few things about this from Supergoop. One is the mist is really fine, so I'm gonna spray it. Like the mist comes out super fine, so it's really easy to apply it. Another thing I love about it is the size. So this is actually like TSA compliant. It's only 3 ounces, which means you can travel with it. And then lastly, the spray on this one is non-aerosol. So even though it looks like it's in an aerosol can, it's actually not. It's actually when you press down, the spray is released. And the sticker also, I'm just noticing, says 35% less alcohol, which could be because of the non-aerosol spray. And that's important because alcohol is very drying for your skin. Next up, I'm going to really quickly talk about these two. So interesting. 2 of my favorite body products are actually from hair care brands. I find that hair care brands are really experts at creating super creamy formulations, both because they have really nailed down their conditioner formulas and also because their styling products are often really creamy. So my 2 favorite hand care products are from Oribe and Davines. This scrub from Oribe is a hand scrub. I don't see hand scrubs very often, but the same way you exfoliate your body, it's also really important to exfoliate your hands. I just got married, so there was a lot of attention on hands, rings, manicures, all of those things. And being able to make my hands look nice at home was really important to me. You just kind of put it on your hands, I'll do it now. You massage it in and it has these really super fine particles that slough off dead skin. And then you rinse with warm water. And then I like to follow that treatment up with this hand balm from Davines. Super luxurious, super creamy. I'll put it on the other hand. And also smells amazing. Last thing I'm gonna talk about today, because it is kind of part of body care, is fragrance. So I have bounced around with having like, not really a signature, but a signature fragrance for probably 6 months to a year at a time, which I really love because it means when I then smell those fragrances again, it makes me think of that specific time in my life. So this is one exception. I've been using this one for almost 2 years now, and it's the longest I've ever stuck with a specific fragrance. This is from Ellis Brooklyn. The brand has a really cool story. I believe it was founded by a former New York Times beauty editor. And when she became pregnant and started cleaning up her beauty routine, she noticed that there are almost no clean fragrance brands out there, which, you know, recently there are more and more that are launching, but at the time that was very true. Fragrance is often the last thing that, you know, when you go to look for, you can't really find. And that's because fragrances themselves have a lot of interesting rules and regulations around labeling. So the fragrance industry for a long time has gotten away with just listing fragrance as the ingredient on the bottle rather than actually going in and disclosing what chemicals or other nasty ingredients could be in the fragrance. So that's my full body routine. If you guys have questions, leave them in the comments so that we can answer them. Signing off.